Glorious rising, my mighty light warriors, agents of light, seekers of truth. I welcome you back to the channel. So, this message just popped through while I was meditating on a different message for the other channel. And what was coming through was that they try to put fear in you, to hold you back from realizing who you are. They try to put fear in you, to stop you from walking in the energy of who you found yourself to be or who you know you are. And this particular energy is something that I personally was feeling the last few weeks, where I literally had to catch myself at some point and be like, yo, where are all these thoughts coming from? Because I know 100% that these are not my thoughts. And what was coming through was for a lot of light warriors out there, these last few months, last few weeks, there's been a heavy attack on your mental. Heavy attack on the mental. And what has been happening is there's this I don't know, it's some kind of what's the word, spirit? Not like a voice, okay? But it's thank you, transmission. It's some kind of dark transmission that has been placed. And what I'm seeing is something that looks like a grid. Something that looks like a grid. And I'm seeing a vision of something that looks like a grid. And it's this is a grid that literally was placed over what is the globe, or what looks like the round thing image that we consider as Earth. The planet Earth. And it's this was a grid that was alchemized to feed or to pour or to channel low vibrational energy, specifically fear, onto the planet. But it was targeting the spiritual warriors, the light warriors specifically. And what was coming through was that this was being done in a way this was being done on a large scale globally. This was being done globally to try and weaken the mind of the light warriors that are that are rising into their energy, rising into their power, using their throat chakra to speak the truth, to awaken mind and to cause awareness within the spiritual community. So this was more like a systematic attack on the spiritual community, targeting specifically the light warriors. And why? Because the light warrior energy is causing the light to start to burn. It's people's light are being reignited. People's passion for the truth, for the light, is being reignited, and people's minds are being brought back on the fact that they have the power to counter a lot of these things that are happening. So a lot of the light warriors and spiritual warriors are operating in a way that is reminding people that they have the power, that they are strong enough, that they have the resilience, they have the strength to push through these things, and are reminding people that they've actually done this before, over and over again, times before now, and that this is something that they can actually do. And I feel for a lot of these people, this is one of the things that was putting fear in them. So it's the light warriors are really helping people to release fear from themselves so that they can step fully into the part of the spiritual warrior and basically live in the, not live in that mode, or kind of activate that within themselves. And this is causing a lot of chaos, because it's one thing for you as the light warrior or spiritual warrior to recognize who you are, to remember who you are, and to recognize your power, or to be walking in your power. But it's a totally different thing for you now to start to awaken others of the fact that they are light warriors also, and start to heal other light warriors or remind other light warriors of who they are. So it's now the light warriors is this, and that's the thing. The light warrior energy right now that I'm sensing over this earth is in a very subtle way. It's very subtle as compared to previous lifetimes. This feels very subtle in a way where it's the light warriors right now, it's we're moving like foxes. We're moving like spiders. We're literally weaving our energy into the fabric of this planet. We're not exactly expressing it. Before, it was more about expression, and this is something that low forces and low agents of the darkness also encouraged us to do. to express our light through force, to express our warrior spirit through force. And so they would put us in positions where we had to we had to use force or exert violence to express ourselves. And in this lifetime, it's this internal knowing, that the ways that it was done before are not the ways that it's going to be done now, because that's one of the ways that it used to target us. And this is why we say, for instance, we don't go out to protest and go out to cause chaos and all those things. And I'm going to do another reading on this, to do a breakdown on how the various ways in which we're going to be doing this, so that we are not adding up to the low vibration or adding up to the pool of darkness that they are reeling others to go in, all in the name of light, okay, and all in the name of divinity, like how they're using religion to pit people against each other. So what was coming through is the energy is coming. It's how we are expressing our light warrior energy on this planet right now is very subtle. It's very subtle. And we're doing it in a way where it's just really, people are receiving it like some kind of transmission, just like what you're doing with us right now, with this negative energy or fear energy that you're trying to transmit. And it's happening in a way where it's you're seeding the energy by igniting the fire in people. You're igniting the fire in people and are calling people to remember who they are, instead of calling people to stand up and go for war, or to stand up and protest, or to stand up and do a physical, battle. No. There's something about this subtle energy. I'm hearing movement. It's like a subtle energy. I'm hearing this song by Chronics. It's left, right, just so, just I come, left, right. Me. Ooh, yeah. I'm trying to remember the lyrics, and it says, here comes trouble, here comes the danger, straight from the Rasta, welcome the Rasta youth. It's something like that. And it's saying, I is starting to recruit, right? And I'm recruiting for the army of the Most High. It's like a recruitment for the army of the Most High. And how this is being done is just like in the song. It's saying left, right, just soldiers are coming. Left and right, the soldiers of the Most High are coming. And the way the soldiers are coming, it's in a very subtle way. It's almost again, foxy. I remember one message I did on the other channel, but Spirit was to lay low and to let that energy slide, because there were people that were using that energy that was coming out to trace us, to use to get to us. Okay, so it's in some ways, the way that we're using to channel or to express this energy is literally through us. So it's in the subtle ways that we're seeding the energy onto the planet, because in so many ways, other forces are taking the energy and how it comes, and they're twisting it for their own benefit or their own good. Okay. And so one of the ways that is let's go back to the actual message of the energy, which is they are trying to use fear. They are trying to feed fear into the minds of the light warriors and the spiritual warriors, to make them feel fearful, to make them feel doubtful, to make them feel like there's some force out there that is bigger than this energy that you're carrying, that they're supposed to be scared of these dark forces out there, that they're supposed to be hiding, that they're supposed to be not hiding, they're supposed to be hiding the spiritual part and just be going along with the physical part. And this is where the trick comes in. It's almost as if indirectly they're trying to say it's so scary out there in the spiritual world. Don't be a spiritual warrior. Just do your part in the physical. And they're using this physical part as a trick. And when people are going out to physically show themselves oh, let's go and protest against this, let's go and protest against that, then they're using it to round them up, and they're using it to document all the people that they feel are threats. Okay, so in a way, they're trying to trick people by using this fear mongering, trying to have people sabotage themselves or self-sabotage out of fear. So if you're trying to do things, or if you're being moved by fear, or if there's some kind of energy that is trying to cause you to operate from a space of fear, 77 on the timer. That's 0707 a.m. There's a need for you to come back to self and to remind yourself of what's most important, which is the need for you to be fearless. The need for you to be bold, the need for you to be resilient. Because one of the ways in which they're doing this is by breaking your energy down to make you feel like you're not strong enough to fight this war. You're not strong enough to be part of this battle. It's like, what kind of strength do you think you have to be a light warrior? Or what kind of strength do you think you have to be? I just had a firefighter. Like, what kind of strength do you have to be a firefighter? So I don't know if some of you consider yourself a firefighter in the sense of like you fight spiritual fires. It's like when the spiritual fire is brewing somewhere, it's like you are the light that goes to put out the fire, or like you're the light that the divine sends to put out the fire. So it's like, in a way, it could be like, it's like this energy, like trying to make you feel like, what makes you think like you could be a light warrior or like, fight this battle. And so for some of you, there could be things that have come through, like information and messages about things that have happened to others, okay, that should put you in a state of fear. Like personally, I'm seeing certain messages and information around, or certain people in the spiritual community that apparently have fallen sick, or have been under attack, or are facing certain things, and it's all part of the fear mongering. It's all part of the fear mongering. It's like it's part of their approach, their strategy to cause the light warriors and the light workers and the spiritual warriors to not stand up, to not go deeper into the practice to help them to really realize and unlock these powers that can help to awaken others, and not just to awaken others, but to awaken others in the right way. Because there's also another side or another faction that is pushing people to awaken, but in the wrong way. Okay. And so they're causing other people to like really become chaotic, where they're moving people to go and cause chaos, or to like loot companies that they think are low vibrational companies, or to like cause wars with people that they feel are low vibrational people. And all of this is so that other people are going to be seeing the light warriors as chaotic, so that they are going to be seeing the light warriors as like, as people that are too rowdy. And what was coming through was like, in this energy, this is going to be with another message I post later, saying that be mindful and know who you're fighting for and who you're fighting against. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the timer. Because another thing that they're doing is they're causing some people to stand in this fake energy of, oh, I'm a light warrior, I'm a spiritual warrior. And instead of actually following what the divine is saying collectively, that we're supposed to be operating from the shadows, and not from the shadows as in the shadows of the darkness. We're supposed to be operating from the shadows of the light. And we've spoken about this a lot. You can check Soul Family Oracle 111 to see some of the messages that we've done on the light and the shadow, and integrating your shadow with your light. Integrating your shadow with your light is how you realize that there are strategies. 1313 on the timer. There are strategies that you use in spiritual warfare. Okay, it's like when I'm hearing the Black Panther, when you speak of the Black Panther, the reason why they were so revered and feared wasn't because they were going about protesting and physically causing chaos, and no, it was the factions that later on came about from some of the people that were against them, that were posing as the Black Panthers, were the ones that were in the forefront saying, oh, we're doing protest and we're doing all those things. And they were using that as a way to infiltrate the Black Panthers. But the actual Black Panther movement was a movement of strategy, was a movement of silence. It was like a shadow movement. These were like the shadow warriors. These were like people that were operating from spaces that were like high vibrational, but it wasn't exactly because they were scared. No, it wasn't because they were fearful. No, it was because they were moving from strategy. And this is what is coming in right now. A lot of the fear that is going on about, or like this mental thing. And again, with a grid, this grid, I don't know if this was part of what was done as part of the things that the powers that are trying to use to stop the light warriors and the light workers. But it's like whatever this grid was that was cast over the globe to feed fear into the light warriors and the light workers from coming out and using our energies how it's supposed to be used. This is going to come to an end. Because those of us that are using our discernment, those of us that are working in alignment with what the divine is showing, we can see through the illusion, and we're not buying any of this fear mongering. So if you're out there and this message is for you, all you need to know is that do not buy into the fears. Thank you.